what I'm going to be adding to this is kind of a spiritual element to this whole red pill, because I would argue without your inner peace, without your inner beliefs, you will stand on nothing and you will fall for anything. So guys, if you're young, if you're watching this, do not chase money. Do not chase women. There's something called the law of compensation, in which, if you understand it, you can truly harness the energy of that. Now, what is God and the devil? What is negativity and positivity? Why do I see light? Why do I see darkness? What's the intrinsic value of me understanding how money works? What's the intrinsic value of me understanding people? You need to look at all of these things and you need to figure out what you want. Hey guys, thank you for watching RPD, aka Red Pill Dad, here to help men young and old become better husbands, men, and fathers. So today, guys, I'm going to be going over something that I think is pretty much a necessity to go over, and that's the truth about the red pill. So in this video, I'm going to be going over what the red pill actually is, not what you kind of see all over YouTube, but I really want you guys to understand the importance of actually taking the red pill, right? So I've seen a lot of people, go over the fact, oh yeah, I'm red pill this, I'm red pill that. And the biggest problem with that is if you're a red pillar, we'll use that terminology for the purpose of this chat. If you're a red pillar, the whole point of being red pill is to seek the truth. So the whole, context of actually taking the red pill is to become a truth seeker. So when Morpheus asks Neo, red pill or blue pill, he's literally asking Neo, are you ready to go down the rabbit hole? Meaning, are you ready to seek the truth? Are you ready to hear the truth? Are you ready to experience the truth? Life is not what you think it is. Life is beyond what you see. Your eyes are deceiving you. Your eyes are lying to you. Okay. So the biggest problem I see in this kind of sphere is that it's really focused on the manosphere. And to be honest, the red pill is not just about manosphere ideologies. It's about business. It's about finance, health, wealth, love, happiness. Even it accentuates to, things like family. It goes significantly deeper. The world, politics, economics, everything. Anything you could possibly think about in terms of human dynamics is pretty much either red pill or blue pill. Okay? We live in a binary code. Life is either negative or positive, true or false, God and the devil. We do not live in a non-binary system. We live in a binary system. So the whole purpose of red pill, blue pill is for you guys to understand that you do live in a binary code. There's only two options: seek the truth or be against the truth. It's pretty in your face. And that's the purpose of it, guys. So I don't want anybody lying to you. I see people saying they're either the godfather of red pill, they're a red pillar this, red pillar that. Okay. Most red pills individuals probably recently got themselves on YouTube, haven't really been on it long enough, because to be honest, you probably wouldn't be able to, because if you were a true red pillar, you'd be exposed immediately for seeking truths. So that is in and of itself a red pillar to some degree. Okay. So what you guys need to understand in terms of understanding the red pill. Okay. Are you willing to seek the truth? Are you willing to go down the rabbit hole? There's a lot of shows out there. There's Fresh and Fit. There's Just Pearly Things podcast. There's Saucecast. There's so many different things that you could go out there. Okay. They're only showing intersexual dynamics, which is truly not necessarily red pill. Now, through evolution, human beings have changed, their dynamics have changed, but their core, if you want to call it, instincts have not changed. Women are women, men are men. Men will seek polygamous nature, women will seek monogamous nature. Women will, a lot of women decisions will be based off of emotions. Men more or less will think logical, But there are emotional men, so that's not the context that I'm trying to come from. But what you guys need to understand, this whole red pill sphere that you see on YouTube is a lie. It is fake. It is false advertisement. And I'll explain to you why it is false advertising. Okay. Now let's go back to the Matrix as a reference. Morpheus is the leader of the Nebuchadnezzar, okay? Obviously, there's Neo, there's Trinity, there's Cypher, and there's a few other characters. I'm not going to go into too much detail with the characters, but there is a leader, and then there's people on the Nebuchadnezzar in and of itself. That's just to show you that no man is his own island, right? One man cannot operate his own ship, so Morpheus needs others. He needs to find the one, which is Neo. Okay, the context of the movie is for you to find your inner peace and your inner truth, which is the truth. I know people say their truth, all the shit. No, there's only one truth, okay? But the truth is within. So once you accept the truth, you're able to see the world for what it actually is, which is nothing more than control, slavery in and of itself. So I know Andrew Tate talks about that. Slavery is coming. I would argue slavery is here. Slavery is not coming. It's been here, and it's been here for decades, if you want to call it. The last Renaissance period, I would say, is after World War II. Since World War II, after World War II, the world has changed in a way that is actually worse than prior. But that's a whole other conversation in and of itself. Now you've seen what the feminist movement has done, okay? You've seen what a lot of these social movements have done. They've actually corrupted the world to the degree in which we have what I would call the manosphere, red pill ideologies. But the problem you need to understand is what is the source for these ideologies. Okay, now manospheres become big. Why? Because more men are alone and more men are getting corrupted by women. But the reality is it women's fault for that happening? Probably not. I blame men for the world in which we see it as today. Men are leaders. Going back to the whole Nebuchadnezzar philosophy. If you're a man, you are meant to lead, which means by definition, you must take responsibility for anything that has happened or transpired after. If you're a dork, if you're a fucking loser, expect your woman to be fucking against you. Okay. Now, that's one foundation to, let's call it the red pill conversation. But the next question you got to ask yourself is, why is my wife against me? Why is my kids against me? Okay. From a father's perspective, I would not want my kids to be against me as I grow up. But the problem is the system is so rigged against you that you're not understanding the dynamics in which you need to come from. Okay, I see a lot of podcasts. Everything's very logical, very practical. Okay, cool. But society is not logical. Society is illogical, and life is amoral. So if I was to bring logic to an amoral society, I would therefore become illogical, and I would continue to be amoral. The whole point of having an amoral existence is to find morality within that existence, which means your own discretions and your own discernment. So if you guys can't find your own discernment, you can never truly be somebody who has swallowed the red pill, because you need to take your experiences, you need to see the world for what it really is. Life is amoral. If you do not have a foundation, if you don't have a code of ethics, if you don't have a sense of morality, the problem is life is swallowing you every single day, and therefore the Matrix has you. Awesome. Now, if you want to look at the first part of the Matrix, and through Neo's computer screen, it says the Matrix has you. It's not because, if you want to say Neo's blind, it's his ethics, his morals are not aligned with escaping the Matrix. The Matrix has you follow the white rabbit. The white rabbit represents prosperity, okay? The white rabbit represents freedom. So in order for you to be free, you need to understand that you are a slave. So when it comes to the red pill ideologies on YouTube, I think people have good intentions, but the pathway to hell is paved with good intentions. So you need to understand the game that you are playing. Every single thing that you see is against you. Your family's against you. Your wife is against you. Your job is against you. Now, think about the context of waking up every single morning to do a job in which you get paid a ration to go do the job. Now, that in and of itself is a form of slavery. Now, a lot of people in the manosphere teach, you got to have your money on point. You got to have this on point. Okay, understandable. Money's like oxygen. Essentially, you only notice it when you do not have it. Okay. Now, the problem is the chase of money. You could chase money endlessly and never have it. I've seen it 1,000 times. The problem is if you don't understand the game, you're fucked. To tell men just to have your money on point, women on point, all that point, yeah, that sounds great. But how, why, and what does that lead to? Now, if we're living in the matrix, why would I send people to legitimate debauchery, and why would I send them to a place in which they are going to lose? If you chase women, you're going to lose. If you chase money, you're going to lose. You network with the wrong people, you're going to lose. Now, the foundation to escaping the matrix is not listening to a bunch of YouTubers tell you go out there and pick up a bunch of chicks and go fuck, a whole bunch of girls or anything like that. It starts with you and you alone. You must sit there. You must analyze the game for what it is. You must seek the truth. And in order to seek the truth, you must realize you are living a fucking lie. It took me years to understand this concept. I've done the whole chasing females thing, chasing money thing. It's no matter what, I could have millions of dollars. It's still a lie. I'm still in the matrix. Like, just because this is another concept you guys need to fucking understand. Just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean you are free from the matrix. I would argue you're further down the rabbit hole of the matrix. You're now a super agent. And we'll get into that. But what you guys need to understand is when you are discerning who you are going to listen to, I need you to use your levels of discernment correctly. Now, would I follow a fucking dork? No. Would I follow somebody who's telling me to do something they're not doing? No. Would I listen to propaganda? No. But the problem is a lot of you guys are so fucking lost, so destroyed that you'll listen to anything that feels good. Short-term gratification merchants. Meaning, because you are so indoctrinated for short-term gratification, you'll listen to anything that comes your way that sounds like knowledge, that sounds like experience, that sounds like, oh yeah, this guy has the answers. He's living a life that I want. Okay, why do you want the life? Why? Why the fuck do you want some of these people's lives? You're not understanding you're being lied to every single day. The only thing you see is lies. When someone says, my life is perfect, lies. You will suffer as a human being, as part of existence. So for somebody to sit there and say their life is perfect, oh, all I do is fuck bitches, get money, yada, yada, yada. I only speak to people who are on my level. Yada, that's all bullshit. That is a lie. And actually, I would argue, I've been part of the personal growth and development kind of sphere for a while. Probably since 2016, 2015-ish. And I have seen people work on themselves every single day and still suck at life. Why? Who am I getting this information from? You are in the information era. The legitimate hoax of the matrix is to force feed your brain so much information to the degree in which you do not know what is right or wrong, what is valid or invalid, what is truth and what is falsehood. It is very difficult to discern on the internet right now what is real. Now you got to ask yourself, what is real? Is it nothing more than electrical signals sent to your brain? Is it your beliefs? Is it your foundations? Is it what you see with your eyes? Because your eyes can lie to you as well. Now, these are things you all need to sit down and fucking figure out. Now, there are great indoctrinations that will stop you as a human being from evolving, because you'll just go straight into the rabbit hole, straight down the path the matrix has set out for you. Okay, you chase money, you're finished. You're finished. I'll tell you that right now. You know why you're finished? Because the thought process it takes to make money means from a certain level, you are so logical to the degree in which you become illogical. Now, think about this thought process. I am going to wake up every single waking day to chase money so that I could just be rich. Isn't there another part of humanity that I need to experience? Now, what I'm going to be adding to this is kind of a spiritual element to this whole red pill, because I would argue without your inner peace, without your inner beliefs, you will stand on nothing and you will fall for anything. Okay. So guys, if you're young, if you're watching this, do not chase money. Do not chase women. There's something called the law of compensation, in which, if you understand it, you can truly harness the energy of that. And that's a whole other conversation, which I'll probably have in another video, okay? You must understand the laws of nature first before you move. Because if I don't know the rules of the game, I never can understand the game. And therefore, I can never win the game. All I'm doing is chasing vanity. Now, how do you see these celebrities getting fucked over? Is they're chasing vanity. How could you be a billionaire and still get corrupted? How could you be a billionaire and still, sacrificing your family? How could you be a billionaire and you're on Epstein's fucking island? How can you be a billionaire and you're getting fucked over at any single moment? You're still not in control. So you have all this money, but you're not in control of your future. You're not in control of your present, which is a gift. So I would argue, have you actually escaped the matrix? And I would argue you don't even need money to do so. But people will tell you otherwise. What you need is people. And if you don't understand that concept, there's no amount of money in the world that will help you or save you. The first thing you need to fucking understand is you are a slave. Once you understand that, you will follow the stages into freedom. So first things first, guys, who are you listening to? Who are you watching? Who are you getting your information from? Now, if you're getting your information only from YouTube, I could argue you're not getting the full context. When's the last time you picked up a fucking book? When's the last time you experienced nature? When's the last time you sat there and said to yourself, what is the world that we're living in? What are the rules? What is the game? The money game is always changing, so you must adapt to that. But there's definite laws of nature like gravity. Gravity is a definite law of nature. What goes up must come down. Does that make sense? How long you stay up, that's determined by you. That makes sense, guys? So if you sit there and you think that you're going to watch a fucking YouTube video and you're going to be successful and you're going to escape the matrix, you're fucking getting lied to. You're getting fraudulent information. You're being lied to. Your life is fugazi behavior, and I would argue you're just going to go further into the matrix and you will be bribed as usual. Now, what is God and the devil? What is negativity and positivity? Why do I see light? Why do I see darkness? How does my eyes adapt in darkness? What does that mean? What's the intrinsic value of me understanding light? What is the intrinsic value of me understanding electricity? What's the intrinsic value of me understanding how money works? What's the intrinsic value of me understanding people? You need to look at all of these things and you need to figure out what you want. Now, watching a fucking YouTube video, watching other people's lifestyles and then saying, oh, I want that. That's kind of a stupid way to actually look at life, because I guarantee you once you get it, you'll be dissatisfied because you'll realize, bro, life is the exact same. Yeah, with or without money, it's the exact same. Like, I still got to live. It makes no fucking difference, okay? All it does is it makes life, let's say, easier. But then there's a whole other problem when having money that if you're not mentally prepared for, you're fucked. Like, having money has another consequence in which most poor people cannot fucking handle whatsoever. When you have money, you have to be more responsible. When you have money, there's no more waking up late like a fucking loser. You must be extremely disciplined when you have money. You can't be undisciplined, because if you are, you're fucked. So there's so many factors in this whole red pill space that a lot of people do not actually highlight, which I think is an extreme disservice to the men and women who are actually part of, this kind of sphere of belief systems, okay? First things first, am I going to follow anybody about relationship advice who is not in a relationship? Yeah, they could give you theoretical information that will sound good, but are they experiencing it on a day-to-day basis? Are you going to listen to people on how to raise kids who do not have kids? Are you going to listen to people on how to keep a relationship who are not in a relationship? How does that make sense? Wouldn't that me be falling into the matrix's trap? I wonder. But the problem is a lot of you are so fucking hopeless, so desperate, that you'll listen to any garbage that you see on the fucking internet. And you'll do it. And you don't care. You just be a fucking loser and you'll just do it. Now, the problem is we live in a society in which you will be judged based off of how much money you make. How does that even make sense? Were my forefathers judged on how much money they made, their affluence, or were they judged based off of their contributions to society? You can be wealthy and offer pretty much little to nothing to society, other than your own greed. You could be poor and just waste people's time. But you could also be poor and give extreme value to some degree. And obviously being wealthy as well and give extraordinary value. So that's not really my argument here. But what I want you guys to understand is if you're using the red pill to go make a whole bunch of money, it's probably why you're fucking broke. The red pill will not help you make more money. You need to first understand that. Red pill ideologies will not help you make more money because money's fake. Money's an idea. So that alone, using that to help you make more money, would be unwise in a realm in which the system is rigged against you. So first, I need to understand why this system is rigged against me. Why is it the way it is? Well, I'll go back to what I said before. You are a slave. Very simple, guys. You are a slave. The problem is you think you're fucking special. Unfortunate. You think you're fucking special. But I'm going to be giving a dynamic to the red pill space in which you're probably not going to hear. I don't know if people either know it, don't know it. They just don't think it's the wise thing to get views. I could fuck views. I could care about that. I care less about that. Whether you want to listen to me or not, that's up to you guys. But what I will tell you is be careful who you listen to. If you don't listen to me, cool. It is what it is, right? You want to go listen to other red pillars, just look at your life. Why are you listening to that? Why are you even listening to me? That's the reality. Now, what I've noticed with a lot of red pill ideologies is it actually does what the Matrix wants you to do. Divide and conquer. If I'm talking about men and women or dynamics, intersexual dynamics, on what point will I sit there and just highlight female, I can't even call it insecurities. Let's call it female behavior to the degree in which I start hating female. One thing I've noticed is most men who actually watch the red pill space or listen to the manosphere, they start to actually truly be disgusted by female. Now, is that a right message? Is that the correct way for us to escape freedom or escape slavery? Sorry, probably not. So if I sit here watching podcasts every single day that women are on shit, what's going to happen to my thought process? Because my thought process is exactly influenced by what I feed my brain. So if I feed my brain, hey, women are gold diggers, women are hypergamists, all this, okay, there's probably some truth to it. There probably is a lot of truth to it. Now, the problem is if I feed my brain with that, what am I going to attract? Law of attraction. What am I going to attract? And whatever I resist persists. Think about that. Whatever I resist persists. So if I'm watching certain, shows, podcasts, whatever the fuck it may be, and all I'm hearing is fuck women, women are on shit, this is why you can't trust women, yada, yada, yada. What is going to be my life? Shit. That's what it's going to be. Shit. All you're going to do is get a bunch of dudes who just run through females and then make the woman even worse. The whole point of red pill is the truth, but the truth shall set you free. That's not freedom. That's further slavery. You need to understand this, guys. That in and of itself is slavery. You need to understand the nature, okay? I would argue the nature that is portrayed in the red pill is not actual female nature or men nature. It is societal's nature that has corrupted men and women to act a certain way. Now, the base instincts of a human being are not what is being portrayed on YouTube. A woman is not born to fuck you over. Does that make sense? And a man's not born to fuck you over. I do agree a man is designed to protect, okay? And a woman is designed to nurture. Okay, let's use those two statements as the foundation. That is the truth. Men are designed to protect and women are designed to nurture. Okay, now where does hypergamy come in there? Is hypergamy taught or is hypergamy female nature? Who knows? But what I can say, based off of what I've seen with my own two eyes, there's probably more phenomenal women on the planet than there is not good. The problem is your awareness. You must fix your awareness. So if I focus on the negatives, I will see negative, period. That's just human nature. So all I'm going to tell you is most of the stuff that you see in the red pill space right now is not only obsolete, but it's not the truth. It is a part of the truth, not the whole truth, but it's the whole truth that will set you free. But RPD out, man. Talk to you guys later.